Greetings and welcome back to Sparkles and Blessings. I'm Ducky, and this is story number 6, which follows a sewing story from my previous posting. This story takes place in Willowdale, Ontario in 1976. We were picking up my grandparents who were just flying in from Germany, and when they came out of customs, we were all very surprised to see that my grandfather was sporting a mustache. And why? He said very proudly, it's the Queen's Silver Jubilee. So that was a good enough answer for us. So we all went back to my aunt's place in Willowdale, a beautiful house with a beautiful pool, and she threw a wonderful reunion, and I was there. I was in grade 12 at the time, and I had worn a pair of blue jeans and a nice silky top, and I thought I felt and looked pretty good. Now, in the 1970s, this is there is a big difference between holy blue jeans now and blue jeans in the 1970s. In the 1970s, you never let your pants get big holes. The ideal thing is just basically to get that to that part where the stitches are now white, and there might be a little snagging, but really the textile is still intact. Also, the bottom of the blue jeans need to be frayed. That was a must. You could not have hemmed blue jeans. So it had taken me a good couple of months to break in these new blue jeans, and I proudly wore them for the reunion. And my grandfather never said a word. Never said a word about the hem or the patch. I had a patch on it, and it was a Jesus patch, and I don't know if he noticed it or not. However, I went to bed that night, and I put the jeans, I hung it over the end of my bed, and I went to sleep, and the next morning I woke up and found my jeans now draped over a chair. And I thought, now that's strange. How did that happen? Maybe I misremembered. Well, anyway, as I put the blue jeans on, I noticed that there was something different about them. First of all, there was no more clean white linen-y threads showing. They had all been basically reattached with nice blue threads. The hem on my pants had totally been snipped off, and well, he snipped off all the fringes, and then he neatly hemmed it. And it was a good job, I gotta tell you. And so I went to my mother, who had also joined us, and I showed her my jeans, and I said, look at my jeans, look what he did to my jeans. And my mother wisely kind of smiled at me, and she said, well, you know what you have to do now. And I kind of did one of these. I said, yes, I have to do one of those. Okay, so I got dressed, and I put a big smile on my face, and I walked up to my grandfather, who was sitting back in his chair ready to begin breakfast. And he smiled at me. It was a big beam. And he said, Doris, he said, looking at me. And I looked at my grandfather, and I said, thank you, Opa. Thank you so much for fixing my pants. And that was story number 6. So I hope you join me again for story number 7. This is Sparkles and Blessings, Ducky, signing out.